Test, test.
Test, test.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the stream. Appreciate you joining us. Sabrina, can you give me an audio test quick?
Unmute my microphone.
One more.
Audio testing is complete.
Okay. So, we're just having some fun tooling around in the verse. We're actually streaming together, but doing things separately. Sabrina is running around doing some cargo stuff, and I'm off in the Vulture. Gonna do a little bit of salvaging, and hopefully that'll turn out awesome. If everything goes according to plan, we're gonna have her hook up with me later and pick up some stuff from the Vulture and take it off to sell. So we'll see how that works.
We had a number of technical difficulties getting into game today.
Yeah, we had a number is being kind. I can't wait for 4.0.1. The buzz on those servers is things are going really, really well for people. I would like to have some of that action. When we can get in and things are working properly, we have a great time too, but sometimes that takes a little bit of doing. But once, it seems like every time we do find a server where things are skipping along well, it is a really, really good experience. Ooh, I've got a big O. A big O potential scrapyard here. I'm moving up on a signature of 22,000. That means there should be 11 panels out here. Which is a good thing. I think. So we just had to adjust my mic a little bit. As far as its location, I think I'm still coming in loud and clear. I'm so happy and confused to be playing now, I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, here comes the field of panels.
Holy crap.
Oh, you see them all?
How?
There's a lot of Dorito-shaped ones, which are not my favorite, but in this cluster, you know what? Bakers can't be choosers. I am just gonna... Whatever I can scrap, I can scrap. If it's the Doritos... Oh, there's a big one. My concern is I found this big field of scrap, and from the looks of this panel...
It's already been scraped.
People might have been here.
That's a purple panel. It's almost like it shouldn't be there.
It does purple. Let me switch into mining, scraping mode, and we should get a report on this real quick on whether or not it's actually... Right, we have 2 braids. Everything's all set. Let's go to the tractor beam. And we'll flip this guy around. This panel's yellow, so that makes it feel to me like somebody has been out here, but they did not scrape it well. I see another one in the distance. Nope, now it's showing red. Let me see how red it is. Yeah, I'm not getting anything from that one. Or like very trace mounts, if anything. Okay. That's all right. We will scoot on over to this other panel. I think that one is red as well. So what happens is people will scrape these red ones, I'm sorry, these big ones, and they will not touch the Doritos. There are like 20 Doritos out here, so I'm gonna scrape them. So
Why
I've been
don't they
waiting.
touch the Doritos?
You don't get as much scrap on them.
Oh.
But at this point, I've been waiting to play since like noon today. So Doritos it is. There's 12 of them out here. It takes me a little longer to scrape them, but actually, in reality, it doesn't. To scrape it till it's completely empty. Let me focus my beams here. There we go. When they're in a nice cluster like this, we can roll through. Minxie, I feel like I'm going to authorize you to pee on the floor as long as it's taking us to get up and rolling. Maybe my wonderful son back there, when he has a break, will let you out. That would be awesome. Although I doubt that he can hear us.
Probably not.
You know, but I did let you out not too long ago.
Let's go chase squirrels.
I'll feed her to a squirrel. Alright, well, the nice thing is that we're actually out here doing this, so.
I can stack those little ones 3 high in here?
Which ones? 1 SCU? Yes, you have. I think you can.
I knew that.
Are you talking about the side bays on the Star Lancer?
I'm talking about the back bay.
Yeah, it should be 3 SCU high.
Yeah.
Oh, Minxie, please.
I can go let her out.
I appreciate you tons. Alright, well, so that's going really well so far. At least I think it is. All right. We're not organized very much here. I'm not organized very much here, I should say. Minx, you are a pain. One Dorito.
Okay, that is done.
Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. So you're just slinging boxes up there right now?
Yep, currently.
Going really well?
Oh, so far so good. I did not spawn the Atlas.
Just didn't want to mess with it, or?
No, I didn't want to mess with it, and because I had issues with Starlancer disappearing and needing to be claimed, and how long it takes to frickin' claim.
Yeah, that's one I wish they would adjust a little bit. I think it's way too long to reclaim that.
Even expedited, it's like ridiculous.
10 minutes. 10 or 13, I forget.
10.
Yeah, I agree. That's not enjoyable.
But I'm standing on the back ramp with the extra large tractor beam, and that seems to be functional.
It's working swimmingly.
Yeah.
It seems like if we hadn't had such a bad episode trying to get someplace that was playable for us, you probably would have tried to suffer getting the Atlas out and all of that.
Yes.
And again, a lot of this stuff, those are some of the blockers that were preventing 4.0.1 from going live before the weekend. So one of those has been knocked out, and I understand it's actually working well. So I expect by Tuesday or Wednesday we'll probably see 0.1 live. Then again, it really wouldn't be a bad idea for them to just leave it soak until Friday, Saturday. Release it on Friday, you know, just give it the few extra days. If it's ready to go Monday, work on a few more bugs. But I have a feeling they want to start their Red Festival to ring in the new year next week, and I don't think they want to hold on that. And the way they've been talking in their newsletters about the Save Stanton Chapter 2 or Phase 2 working, I think they're pretty much ready to drop this next one, which I have no problems with. I'm anxious to see it. There's not a lot in the way of content that's coming. It's just a lot of fixes and things, which I think is awesome. Well, the scraping is going well so far.
That's good.
The Doritos don't let it go as fast as the bent panels do, the large panels, but I've got 4.5 SCU already.
One SU boxes take so long to load.
They do. But for the amount you get paid for the small amount
True.
they want you to sling, it's
Yeah.
And you know what? That's kind of the complaint you and I have had the last few days, which I think is really appropriate for CIG to adjust. The thing is I have a feeling when it gets adjusted, it's not going to be in the way that we had hoped for. I think they're going to knock down the value of those rookie missions,
Yeah.
as opposed to buffing the value of the other missions. unfortunately. But I could be wrong. And again, if that's the way it works, I mean, I get it.
I just don't think that they're appropriately
No, for the
percentage. Like, if you're going to start with your rookie missions to be 50,000 for 6 boxes, then your percentage needs to be adjusted for, like, you need to go up at least 5%, if not 10%, instead of like the 2.
Absolutely, and what we've seen, because we haven't progressed through that with the time we've had to play. Thank you, Dax. As much as some other people have. So we just made it into the member category, and we're finding what I think is good pricing for missions. It looks like it anyway. You've got between like 70,000, 77, 78,000. There's a bunch in the 90 range and a few in the 100K range. But the problem is those particular missions want you to pick up like, oh, I don't know, it's not a lot. Like, you can still do small missions, so you can do like 12 SCU of cargo, but that 12 SCU of cargo, they want you to drop it in 3 different places for 90K. Okay, so for a single mission, and those are not the majority of them, that's actually not bad. Pick it up at one place, drop it 3 places, and you get paid 90K. So that's a big boost from the 50K starter, and that one seems worth it, because you can do it in small ships and such, and you can do multiples of those in a large ship. But in a large ship, you don't find those multiples repeating. So if you take, like, say 4 or 5 of those, you're going to be going to like 12 locations, and you could have just taken the rookie rank ones and made 50K a pop for a one-leg journey, which is the point my wife is trying to make. Isn't that right, dear?
Yeah.
All right. I guess we will abandon this scrap one. We're not gonna do the little tortilla strips. If the triangles are Doritos, the long thin ones are tortilla strips, and I'm just not having that right now. I am just not having the tortilla strips.
But they sound so tasty.
They do sound tasty, but there's it takes so many of them to fill you up. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's normal.
That analogy is perfect. Wait, you've seen me at a Mexican restaurant. I have a bottomless thing for tortilla chips. I could eat. In Texas, where I come from, they don't give you a thing of tortilla chips, and then you're like, we can buy another one. No. They refill those things. Unless you go to a fancy Mexican restaurant, and, well, then they're not usually authentic. I don't know why I'm on a tangent about tortilla chips. Oh, yeah, the salvaging.
Are you hungry?
No, it's the salvaging thing. We're talking about them because they're appropriate. All right, so this is only going to be 3 panels, but maybe there'll be large ones.
Now, have you taken a mission to go salvage a place, or are you just hunting for?
I'm just hunting
general
for
scrap?
I'm just hunting for panels. You know me, I'm a cheapskate. I'm not gonna shell out money to go scrape a ship. But I tell you what, I should probably try that soon. I was thinking of when I do the scrapper to Space Pioneer run, that I was gonna spend some time doing things I don't do. So I'll actually outlay 1,000 to go scrape an arrow. I don't even know how much you get off of an arrow, which is typically the first ships you have available if you pay for scrapping contracts. Cool, we do have a large panel here and a Dorito, so with any luck, they're not scraped. It was slightly scraped.
Well, maybe somebody got full.
Probably got full on that bent one that I want. Remember to turn your Doritos over, folks. There's good scrapping down there. Look at that.
Well, you know, you could have licked the seasoning off one side and then flip them over and lick the seasoning off the other side before you eat them.
That's absolutely true. And that's kind of my point here. Somebody has not sufficiently licked the seasoning off of this one. Also around the edges. There is lots of extra around the edges and people ignore that constantly. It's like this weird bend. These are 3D objects. You're not just scraping a 2D thing here. They've got corners and like surface area around those corners too. See how the orange circles on each side of my beams light up as I scrape along the corners? That's goodness that other people forgot. Man, I feel like a cheapskate or something. Like really into the...
Getting all of your money's worth off of your scrap pieces.
Uh-huh, that is absolutely right. I think you're right. I think somebody got full scraping here. Nope, this one's empty. Okay. All right.
And they did not break them down? They did not munch them?
Oh, no, no. There's no money in doing that with such a small cargo hold.
Oh.
That is my opinion.
I see. I've never done it on my own, so I have to ask questions.
No, I understand.
It's in fact not something that I'm actually strongly interested in at all either.
I don't know why. I would have thought you would have found it relaxing. I guess I don't know you as well as I thought I did.
I think it's the fear of bumping into something, or
Oh, well, yeah, that sucks. You get used to it, though.
yeah, after
That's
you
why I
blow
think it's-
up 5 times.
We just tap your throttle. If you've ever seen me salvage, I actually don't use my throttle when I'm doing this. My hand's on the stick and I'm steering, but I'm using the keyboard because if you watch my meters per second indicator on the left right above that arm, see how it pulses? That's me tapping the W key to go forward. So if I want to give myself a little thrust, I can do that. But I'm not like constant full-on speed towards something. And that comes from my paranoia of smashing into stuff. Oh, there's a good one. There's a 14,000 one back by the station. We'll head that way. There's a 6K and a 14K. We'll check them both out. We will check them both out. I have the fancy pyrite paint on the Vulture today. It's It's kind of hard to see out here. It's all charcoal and silver and yellow. Yeah, I had to stop and show that off because that's important. I was going to put the Dying Star one on, but you agreed with me that I probably look like
I like that one.
Well, bitch, you said you...
No, the one you've got on.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to look like a murder hobo.
Pirate, a murder hobo.
Yeah. Speaking of murder hobo, I'm on a murder hobo. Where did my salvage panels go?
We ran into murder hobos yesterday.
We did run into a murder hobo yesterday. He murdered us appropriately, didn't he?
Yes, because then he did pack my body for some strange reason.
He what?
It was weird. Didn't he carry my body somewhere?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
He had a fetish, I'm sure. It
That pervert
weird.
was like a
Ew.
necro guy, a necrophiliac. Isn't that?
Yes.
I was going to say no offense to any necrophiliacs that are watching, but, you know, quite honestly, I'm okay with going on record and saying, ew. You know, if it's a disease or something, I'm sorry. I don't mean to judge you, but ew. Ew, ew, ew. Sorry, folks. Things just spill out of my mouth sometimes.
My fault. I triggered them.
But seriously, ew. I mean, I get liking a cold sensation, but...
Ugh. Gross. That would just be weird. Oh, almost done with these stupid 1SE boxes. Definitely the Atlas handles them faster.
There's our panels. All right. Are they good panels, then?
How come you sound like you're rattling around?
Me?
No. Cargo that's locked to a grid.
If you didn't lock it as well as you thought.
But it turned color. Yeah, I have a... I have boxes that decided they did not want to be where they were.
I see.
It was weird. Oh, do I run the risk of let's take this batch?
How many missions did you take?
5?
5?
Six. I have
6? So that should be a nice 300K for you.
Somewhere in that ballpark. Yep.
Which I believe you're finding out, and this is something they're going to have to strike a balance of too. Those missions being rewarding. You know what? Never mind. I think when the two of us do it, it does go faster. But the last couple times we did it, we were using the Atlas, and the other person was just kind of there for stacking support.
Yep.
You're losing out on a lot of single income there, but does the fun factor override the money? I was normally saying yes, but I'm getting the feeling from my wife. She's like, I'm sick of being poor. I'm gonna earn some money. You need to get the heck off my box runs. I didn't take it that way, like out of offense, but I feel like that may be the conclusion you've arrived at. Like,
maybe
there's more money this way. Or just for today, it was something you wanted to try. Because you don't typically do it by yourself. And it is true. While I'm making money doing other stuff I do in the verse during the week while I stream and stuff, when you come, we're like splitting that income a lot of times. I don't know. I have no idea. I'll shut up. How do you feel about it?
No, you're not wrong.